Welcome to the Love Hub channel, where we discuss matters of the heart and give relationship advice to women. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how you can make a guy chase you through text. According to QZ.com, a study suggests that 40% of Americans find their relationships online. So as you can see, the dating game is now very much digital. A lot of people talk to each other through DMs, messaging apps, or text messaging. So in today's episode, we are going to give you tips on how you can make a guy chase you through texting. Now remember, the Love Hub is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge women here. We are your safe space. Now let's get to the topic. Number 1, don't be afraid to be the one to text first. I know, ladies, we want to be pursued and we're so used to being pursued by men. But the truth is, in today's dating scene, a lot of young men are just not actively looking. You can actually watch videos about this. There is some kind of crisis happening right now with young men. A lot of them are not dating, they're not socializing, they're not even working, and they're not having sex. If you go through the comments and YouTube videos, you will find that a lot of men are just scared to approach women these days. They don't feel that it's worth the effort to pursue a woman who may not be interested in him. So if you're really interested in a guy, don't hesitate to let him know. He needs to see the sign that you are interested in him, and this will give him the confidence to start pursuing you. Besides, if you like to tell yourself that you are an independent woman, then what is stopping you from making the first move? This is just how the dating scene is these days. Number 2, be engaging. If you're texting with someone, you have to make sure that you can keep his attention. Don't just give single word answers to his questions. It will make him think that you're really not interested in him. Remember, texting is a form of conversation. You are still getting to know someone. So imagine that he's right there in front of you, telling you about his day and how horrible his boss is, or what his favorite sports team or game is. Be engaged. Even if he's talking about a topic that you're not really interested in, like, let's say football or sports or games, try to be interested. Try to show some curiosity, because it is a way for you to get to know him better. Which brings us to our next tip. Ask questions. If you are having a conversation with him through text message, you have to make sure that you truly are trying to get to know him better. So the best way for you to do that is to ask him questions. He can't be the only one that will start and carry the conversation. That will just show him that you're really not interested in him. So why will he pursue you? Now, a lot of you are thinking, okay, this is supposed to be him chasing us. He is supposed to be the one pursuing. But like we said earlier, men these days aren't going to pursue you or chase you if you don't show any interest. This isn't like the old days where men will actually go through a courtship to win you. That just does not happen anymore, especially in the West. So unfortunately, these days, if you want to be chased by a guy, whether in real life or through text messaging, you have to show him that you are interested and that you are willing to give him a chance. And the way to do that is to do all our tips. Be engaged, be curious, ask questions, show him that you are worth the effort. A lot of young women these days feel that all they really have to do is be pretty and post pictures on Instagram, and that's it. What they don't understand is that to begin a relationship with someone, both parties need to put a lot of effort into making it happen. Number 4, have a sense of humor. A lot of young men these days love memes. It is crazy how they live on memes. So share a funny meme or two. It's going to really brighten up his day, especially if the two of you share the same type of humor. Remember, you are trying to get him hooked on you through text, And if you're the type of person that takes yourself too seriously and you are just a Debbie Downer about everything, it's not really going to inspire him to want to text you more, because he will end up believing that every time he texts you, it's just going to be about something depressing, or that whatever joke he tells you will be met with stone cold silence or a lecture. That's not the kind of impression that you would want to leave on him. What you would want is for him to wake up early in the morning and the first thing that he would want to do is text you, because he knows that when he is texting you, it's going to be a bright, positive conversation with a lot of humor. This brings us to number 5. Leave a good impression. Ideally, after every text conversation, you will leave him wanting more. So try to end each conversation on a positive note. And that way, when he wakes up the next morning, the first thing he would want to do is grab his phone and text you. Before you end a conversation, send a little flirty text, not too sexual and dramatic, but just say something like, "Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow." That will go a long way in making a guy want you more. Number 6, send a cute selfie before he wakes up. This is a nice little surprise that will drive him wild. It will end up making him want you more. Trust us, if you do this and you do it in a cute but tasteful way, he will text you nonstop throughout the day. It's like dangling a little carrot in front of a really hungry bunny. You know, you're giving him a little bit of something, like a little taste of what's to come. So it will drive him wild and inspire him to chase you and win you over. Number 7, don't write long paragraphs. If you want him to chase you, make sure that you only send him one text at a time. Don't bombard him with 100 text messages. That will just show him that you're desperate and it might turn him off. Number 8, compliment him. Men love it when they receive compliments because they probably don't get a lot of it these days. Everybody is just so focused on us women, and while that's good for us, it's not necessarily a great thing for men. So a little compliment will actually be like gold to him. Don't be afraid to tell him that he looks good in that shirt or that he looks handsome today. You want him to chase you, remember? And so you have to let him know that you do find him attractive and that you're interested in him. And giving him compliments is one of the ways to do that. These are just some of the tips that you can make a guy chase you through text messaging. Remember, ladies, the dating scene today is difficult. It is terrifying, but you got this.